All right. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, and welcome to the Love Coach Sessions Live. We are here. I am your host, KTJ. They call me the Love Coach, and I'm glad that you showed up today. So, we got a good talk today. As you guys know, we are here every week, every day, Monday through Friday, talking about dating, talking about relationships, talking about love. And I love these topics. It's funny. I never intended on going into the love business. As some of you guys have followed me, my background is from the social work background and working with people and working with specifically with males. I've always worked with males, with boys, grown men. And I never thought that sitting in those seats, listening to those stories, counseling and coaching men and boys for all these years was going to turn into this. You know what I mean? So you never know how life is going to shake out. And so I'm expecting big things, always expecting great things. And I've got a great vision for where all of this is going. And so, hey, we're starting from the bottom and we're going all the way to the top. And I'm excited about it. So come on in, you guys. As you all know, every day we have the chat box open. I'd love for you to just pop in and say hello. Let me know that you're here. Let me know you're watching. And I need you to comment on the topic today. If you're catching this on the replay, I encourage you, please drop your comment down below in the comment section and let me know what your thoughts are on this topic. All right, so let's get into it. So I got an inbox message. I got a message asking a question about relationships. Okay, so there's two people. They just met. They've been getting along pretty well, and this is key, you guys. They've been together for they've been talking for about a month. Okay, but the connection is tight. They're really feeling each other. It seems like it could really be something. Okay. Now the guy's ex is coming to town. Okay. The guy was with a young lady a while ago. They've been friends probably for years, and she is coming to town. She looked him up and was like, "Hey, I'm coming to town. I would love to hang out with you. Would you like to hang out with me?" And so of course, he said, "Yeah, of course." Now this is his ex-girlfriend. I need to make that clear. So they have been intimate. They have had relations, but they decided to just be friends. Okay. And so now the ex is coming to town, and the girl now that he is seeing sent the message to me asking what I thought of the situation. Does she have a right to say anything about this situation? Hey, Coco, thank you so much for popping in. Does she have the right to say anything about this situation? I want you guys who are in the chat, please drop your comments down below. Let me know what you got to say about this. But here's the long and short of it. Okay. She asked me, and this was what I said to her. I said, "Listen, here's the question. Is this your man? Are you guys exclusive? Does he call you his woman? Do you call him your man?" Sometimes people are expecting more than they sometimes should. And yes, and sometimes people do boyfriend and girlfriend kind of things, husband and wife kind of things. They act the role as if they're together, but there's never been officially anything set in stone. All right. It's never been set in stone. There's never been something that somebody says, "You belong to me and I belong to you." None of that. So the question was, does she have a right to say? Now, as far as she's concerned, she's like, "Well, wait a minute. If I'm getting along pretty good with this guy, we're vibing good, this seems like this could be something, he shouldn't have any connections with his ex because something could happen. Now, I'll step back for a minute, and I have to agree with her that anytime males and females are engaging, listen to this, you guys. I want you always to remember this. Anytime males and females are engaging, there is always the energy of the masculine and the feminine. Okay. And it doesn't matter if it turns into a sexual thing or not. There's always a female energy and there's a masculine energy. There is a female energy between me and my daughter and a masculine energy between me and my daughter. She can ask me, Daddy, like not that long ago, or even just yesterday, for that matter, Daddy, I need to go to the school and I need you to take me. Now, she didn't really care that I had a bunch of stuff to do. She said, Daddy, I need you to take me to school. I got some things going on at the school and I need you to take you. It was like her expectation was that I was going to take her. It wasn't like, Daddy, so how's your day going? Could you find it in your schedule to no, right? And as her father and the male keeper and protector of her, I said, sure, I'll take you to school. Now she got to school and it ended up being longer than she thought, right? And again, there was an expectation that I was going to come back and pick her up. But then she said it's going to be longer than she thought. And I wasn't able to get back, but I made sure that, she ended up getting back home. But there was it was in my mind and in my consciousness that she needs that ride and she's to be protected and all of that sort of thing, right? And it's always that. Even and listen, of course, this is just my daughter, right? But there's something about the female and the male, and in any situation, I don't care if it's in Congress, I don't care if it's down at the church house, I don't care if it's at the school, right? There's always an energy between males and females. It's the negative and the positive. They just go together. Look, you don't get lights in your house unless the negative and the positive come together. You plug in the lamp in itself doesn't have any power. The lamp stays off as long as that plug is in your hand. But when you plug in the lamp into the receptacle, boom, you get lights. Always. So there's always that chance. There's always that possibility that something could happen between males and females. Okay, that energy is always present. So the young lady, she that was what she was feeling. Like these two could end up getting back together or something and messing up what we got. And her thought was he shouldn't be willing to jeopardize what they have to go hang out with his friend. Okay. Now, as far as he's concerned, his thought is, hey, she's my friend. Like, we not getting nothing on, but we got history together. She's going to show up in my city. I want to go see her. What's the big deal? Okay. That's his perspective. Now, my perspective as let's say the outside, I guess I would be like the fourth party. Okay. My perspective is, yes, there is a possibility that those two could get together. But isn't there always a possibility that a guy could, connect with somebody? And secondly, he and the young lady who are now seeing each other have only been seeing each other for a month. Now, yes, this guy getting together with his ex could spell the end of that new relationship. It could. But you know what? Maybe it was going to anyway. So at the end of the day, relationships are about trust. It's about, seeing where things go. and seeing who people are and where they're going to go with it. So I want to hear you guys' perspective on this and what your thoughts are. Drop it in the chat box or drop it down below. But my thought is really, he should probably go and say hello to his friend and be with his friend. Now, he could also, here's another option, he could also bring the new girl along. Now, that's going to change the dynamic, okay? Because now you're sitting there with your ex-girlfriend and your new love interest. So let me put a pin in it right there. Love, new interest. He is not her boyfriend. She is not his girlfriend. She's not his fiance. She's not his wife. She's just a friend. So at the end of the day, they don't have a commitment to be together only. All they have is a conversation that they've been having that's been going swimmingly. So does she have the right to expect him to not go hang out with his ex? I want to hear what you guys have to say. I'm gonna jump in the chat box here. Hello, Coco. She's here. Hey, Teresa. Thank you so much for popping in. Coco say, yes. All right. Right. Gotta ask those questions. Yes, you do. You gotta ask the questions. And a lot of people will start assuming that they have these parameters. They assume that they've got the right to do this and that without having a conversation. Are we a couple? Yes or no? And if you're not a couple, then do you actually have the right to expect couple behavior? Do you have the right to expect, let's say monogamy? Have you even had the conversation of having a monogamous relationship? Because if you haven't, you are not in a monogamous relationship. Some people have that idea that they can see other people. Have you told him he can't see other people? And if you haven't, then guess what? He can go see other people without, and you don't have anything to say about it. So this actually could be a good test for you as well, to see really what you have. And honestly, after a month, you don't know what you have. You don't know what a person is. And I always suggest this as I'm doing coaching sessions. I always suggest, look, you don't marry anybody. You don't hook up with anybody for a long-term connection until you actually know them. How do you know if you know somebody? How do you know? Have you seen them when they're happy, really happy? Have you seen them when they're sad? Have you seen them when things are going well? Have you seen them when things are in the toilet? You have to see a person in the range of emotions to really know the person. Because you don't know. They might lose their job and go sleep in a closet for a month. They might, break up. You might decide to break up with them, and they go nuts and go trying to hunt you down and stalk you and all kind of craziness. You don't know a person right away. It takes time and it takes experiences, right? So for this girl to know if this is the guy that she wants to be with, maybe this is one of those experiences that she needs to go through to see how it comes to the end. Is he true blue about his ex? And are they really just friends? And this may be a great way to test that. How else are you going to test it? How else? How else can you test unless you go through the test? And so we all listen, you don't know a person. So this is the journey. Now let's look at it from the other end, right? If for the girl coming in town, she may be just coming to see her friend. Let's say the guy and his new love interest don't work out. If he decided not to see his friend because his love interest didn't want him to, and then the love interest situation doesn't work out, then he has missed the opportunity to hang out with his friend for some chick, for somebody who's now just some chick. And he missed out on a life connection and just having fun and enjoying his life with his friend. So, you know, now the girl coming in town could have some ulterior motives. She could, but she can't have anything that he doesn't allow. Did you hear me? She can't have anything that he doesn't allow. If he's not with it, it ain't happening. So it doesn't matter what her motives are. It depends on if he is with it or not. And you won't know if he's with it or not until she gets here. She gets there and they are together. So what are your guys' thoughts? I mean, are you on team love interest? Are you on team guy, or are you on team coming to town? All right, whose team are you on? All right, for me, I think I'm going to be on team guy. And I think that he should go and be with his friend coming into town. Now, if his friend just popped up and was like, "Hey, I'm in town, come see me," and he didn't have a really chance to get this conversation going, because listen, at the end of the day, somebody could say this guy is a very honest guy. Look, somebody could say this guy is a very honest guy. Why? Because he didn't have to tell her about the friend coming to town. That somebody could say that's a scoring point for him. He didn't have to tell the new love interest that his girlfriend was coming to town. He could have just had his girlfriend come to town. They do whatever it was that they was going to do, and then let that be that. Now, for this new love interest, if she bugs out on the fact that girlfriend is still coming to town and he's going to hang out with her, that's something for him to play to deal with in his mind, that he's got a woman who is now trying to put some kind of a pressure situation on him that won't allow him to hang out with his friends. Do we have something? Do we have something? Do we have something? Is she now the kind of person that he should maybe avoid because she's now trying to keep him from hanging out with his friends? Or is the fact that they have him and his friend has been intimate, but decided that it's not good for them. They just want to remain friends. So that's almost a whole nother conversation. Can you be friends with somebody you've been intimate with before? Oh, look, we could take this thing. We could have a whole, good long conversation off of this. Can you be just platonic friends with a person that you've been intimate with in the past? That's a question. You guys, let me hear your answer on that. But we're not going. That's not the show title for today. But y'all know we could do a whole separate show on that topic right there. So let me jump in. Coco said, I'm taking mental notes, watching communication and behavior. Yes. And again, Coco, listen, the guy didn't have to tell the girl. He didn't have to say anything. Does he get points for honesty? Is there points for honesty? Coco said, yes, you can take platonic friends with someone. You can be platonic friends with someone you've been intimate with. Okay, you believe they can. All right, Teresa says, team guy. However, he should be upfront, honest, truthful, and limits. With limits, okay? He should be upfront, honest, truthful, with limits. Yeah, and just by fact that he told her, that should account for something. Okay. Now, let's say you're the love interest. Do you really want to know all the details? Like, do you really want to know? She said, be upfront and honest. Okay, he's already been upfront and honest. I'm contemplating seeing my ex-girlfriend, who we've been intimate with. Truthful about what happens when they go hang out. How much of this truth do you want to know? Okay, because it's already going to be playing in your mind. And, with limits. I don't know. Coco said, yes, it's called growth, maturity, moving on. Yes. It's something like, these are conversations that we need to have about these, because sometimes people have expectations of people that they just shouldn't. To me, if y'all haven't solidified that you my boo, I'm your boo too, and we're going to rock out together, then I'm not sure that you have the positioning to call the shots and say what a guy should be doing who's not your guy. Just a love interest. Yes, y'all talk on the phone every day. Yes, you text multiple times a day into each other. Yes, but it's still only a month. Still only a month. So it's a new thing. So, and we could also have a whole nother show talking about when should you decide that we are a couple? Exclusivity. At what point? Is it in the first month? Can you decide on exclusivity in the first month? Or is that too soon? Second month? Or is that too soon? 6 months? How long should you be in this love interest situation before you decide that we are exclusive? And are you exclusive without a conversation? Yeah, there's a lot of ways that we could take this conversation, but so my thought for this is, I suggest the guy go. I suggest yes, he come back and tell, hey, we had a good time, we hung out, nothing happened, and we all cool. She went back home, everybody, we had a good time. We came to, I'm gonna pretend it's Atlanta. We came to Atlanta, turned up at Club 45, Club 112, whatever it is, and had a good time, enjoyed the city, and she went back. Is that going to be it for the girlfriend? Is that going to be enough for her? Then he will get to know who this person really is. So I'm even suggesting that the love interest tread lightly, you guys. I'm suggesting that she tread lightly. Because if you put too much pressure on the guy, he's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. A matter of fact, I almost feel like you should just drop it. If you're the love interest lady, I'm suggesting that you should just drop it. Because he's not yours. He's not your guy. He's not your boo. And if you put too much pressure on this situation, he's going to walk away from you. So, and his ex-girlfriend is not she doesn't live in the city, so she's not a permanent part of his life. And whatever is going to happen is going to happen. So I'm suggesting you tread lightly. If not, just let it go. Don't even mention it no more. If he mentions it, then you can talk about it. But don't put pressure on him for that kind of thing, because now he's going to form in his mind that's the kind of person that you are. That you are always, you're going to be like down his back, checking his phone, like doing all kind of crazy stuff, trying to see who he's talking to, and that's not going to work. So, all right, you guys, look, if you got more conversation on this, please, drop it in there, drop it down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these situations. I learn from the people. I learn more from the people than I've learned in any of the universities I've gone to. I've learned more from actually working with the people and what real lives are like. And so I'd love to hear from you guys and learn from you guys as we share this content together. So look, I need you guys to jump in there in the box below, and I need you to join the Patreon community. We're going to be doing more intimate things, more conversations. Look, I got some classes that I'm working on right now, and I want you guys to be a part of that. You'll be able to get into the class. I'm working on this one class called Finding the One. Finding the One. I'm working on that class, and it's going to be inexpensive, but it's going to be worth it. I'm going down into details on finding the one. It's a tough time to find the one, but I'm telling you, you can find the one, and I got some stuff. The Love Coach going to take you by the hand and help you get where you need to go. So the classes are coming very soon. I'm going to be announcing them very soon, so stay connected. But join the Patreon community just to help the show continue. At least it's just $5. You can just drop us $5, and that would be just fine. Or you can get more. You can even get you some merch, get you some Love Coach merch as well through the Patreon community. So anyway, you guys have an amazing day. Until next time, peace and love. Bye.